How's it going, guys? Colin here from Trail Thrills Off-Road, and in today's video we will be going over basic gear that you should always keep in your Jeep when running a trail. Whether you're on the trail for a couple hours, a couple days, or a couple weeks, these items should always be in your Jeep because you never know what's going to happen out there on the trails. Even though you might not expect something bad to happen, you never know what's going to go wrong. You got to always expect the worst. So we're going to start off with basic tools that you should be carrying with you. So these are the basic tools that are always in our Jeep. We never take them out, whether we're driving to the grocery store or doing a trail for multiple days, they're always in here. Yes, when we're doing a longer trail, we will put some other tools in here, some drills and stuff like that, but this is just what's always in the back of the Jeep. So the first thing that we always have with us is two sets of basic wrenches. We have this set right here and also this set right here. And we have these in various sizes because you never know what's going to go wrong with the Jeep. We don't really use these often, but just in case. We also have an assortment of wrenches that just hang out in a box in the back of the Jeep. We have a ratchet right here, we have a flathead screwdriver, a hammer, some vice grips. We have a set of channel locks, wire cutters, and then also a crescent wrench. We also carry with us the screwdriver and socket set. That's for the smaller screws and stuff like that. And then this larger socket set, which is for bigger bolts and things like that. So that's it for the basic tools that always stay in the back of the Jeep. And again, we also do carry some more advanced tools when we're going out on longer trips, even just day trips, just in case something goes wrong. So we're going to move on to our next topic, which is recovery gear. So this is just the basic recovery gear that we carry. Carry two tow straps, one shorter, and then also a longer one. And these are great if you're just looking to get someone out of a mud hole or something. And then we also do carry a shovel, just in case we get stuck in sand or something and we have to dig ourselves out. Or if you're going to the bathroom and you need to dig a hole, this works great for that. And what's cool about this shovel is we can unscrew it like that, and then it folds up super flat. It just goes in a tote in the back of the Jeep. So the next piece of recovery gear that we carry with us when we go on the trails is the Smittybilt jack. And obviously this is what you would use on the trail if you need to replace a tire or something like that. But if your diff or anything is hung up, you could also use it to get you off that. And it could also be used as a come along if you don't have a winch. Which brings us to our next piece of recovery gear, a winch. And the winch that we decided to run was the Warn M8000 winch. And we decided to go with Warn because they are made in the United States. And this winch has gotten us through a lot of things. We use it often, and we definitely like it. It does come with this controller right here, but we also have it wired on the inside of the Jeep, so we don't have to run the cord over the hood and then into the Jeep. And then what you're gonna want with a winch is a pair of gloves. This is very important, because if you are in a sticky situation with mud or anything, and you're trying to pull this winch line out and hook it to something, it can get quite messy. And the gloves are definitely a lifesaver. So that's it for the basic recovery gear that we take on the trails. Now we're going to go over methods of airing up and airing down. So what we carry with us to air down is this Vi-Air air deflator, and you will find a link to this in the description below. Super cheap, and it's pretty quick actually. You do have to do each tire individually, but it's pretty fast and it works for us. The next thing is we have this tire gauge. Pretty simple, you can find this at pretty much any hardware store. And then we have the Smittybilt HD air compressor, and we actually have a full review on this compressor. We'll link that to the description, and this is what we use to air up. It's fast, affordable, and it works for us. So that's how we air up and air down. Pretty simple, nothing too fancy. And we're going to move on to what we carry for safety next. For safety, these are the basic things that we carry. A fire extinguisher, and this just mounts right up to the roll bar. And if something were to ever go awry, this would work to put the fire out. Hopefully that never happens, but if it does, we have a fire extinguisher. The next piece of safety gear that everyone should have in their rig is a first aid kit. This particular one is a 112-piece 10-person first aid kit that we got from our local hardware store. Dirt cheap, and it works great. I know a lot of people have fancy first aid kits, but this will work in the event of an emergency. So that's the basic safety gear that we carry with us. We're going to move on to our next topic, which is navigation and communication. For navigation, we have our tablet mounted up on the windshield right here, and we run Gaia GPS. What's nice about this is you can download maps offline, and it works really good for us. We actually have a whole video on how to use Gaia, and we'll also link that in the description below. So yeah, that's what we use for navigation. For communication, we use the Midland MXT 115 radio. This is a GMRS radio, and we have it mounted right under the passenger seat dash. Just power it on, and then the handheld portion of it is right up here. You got it mounted right there. And what's nice about this is it actually has weather features on it. You can scan for different channels, and that works great for when you're on or when you're at camp. If you're wondering what the weather is going to be like, if it's looking a little shady outside, that works great for that. Let's move on to what we use if we're at camp. So if we're at camp and someone wants to go on a hike or something, we'll usually have them take one of these Cobra handhelds, just so we can communicate with them if something goes awry. They don't have the range that Midland has, but you know what? They work great for while we're at camp. So moving on to our last topic, which is miscellaneous stuff. We carry a bunch of ratchet straps with us, and that's if anything breaks on the Jeep. If you have to strap the axle to the frame or something like that, these always come in handy. Definitely make sure you have these in. These are probably one of the most important things you want to carry with you. And then next we have zip ties, for obvious reasons, because they work for everything. And then we also carry this solar power lamp, because if we ever get stranded on the trail or something, this is a light. It also can charge our phone, and it's solar powered, so we always carry that with us. And something that you should have in your car, regardless of what it is a blanket. Because if you get stranded somewhere and your car won't turn on or something like that, or you have to stay the night somewhere, the blanket is going to be a lifesaver. So that's it for basic gear that we carry with us when we're on the trail. Make sure that if you're going on a long day trip, even a short day trip, that you're always bringing extra water, extra food, because you never know what's going to happen. Just think ahead so nothing wrong happens and then you're not prepared. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, like and share it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.